Ashley Monroe never considered herself someone who made bold mistakes. She was careful, quiet, thoughtful, the type of person who reread emails before sending them, checked the lock twice, and always rehearsed what she planned to say before entering a room. But life has a curious way of pushing people outside their comfort zones even when they aren't ready. That's exactly what happened the afternoon she opened the wrong door. The sky over Denver was gray that day, heavy with the kind of clouds that made the city feel small and hushed. Ashley had been working at Woodbridge Consulting for a little over 6 months. She wasn't new enough to feel lost, but not experienced enough to feel confident, and every day felt like walking a tightrope between what she knew and what she hoped no one noticed she didn't. Her supervisor, a kind but hurried woman named Rachel, stopped by her desk just before lunch and asked for updated client files for an early afternoon meeting. Ashley prepared everything the way she always did, neatly, meticulously, color-coded and clipped. She slipped the papers into a folder, pressed it flat against her chest, and hurried down the hallway toward conference room B. She had delivered files to plenty of rooms before, but today the building felt unusually busy. People rushed past her carrying laptops and coffee cups, the echo of voices spilling out from offices. Her mind buzzed with self-reminders. Don't drop the papers. Don't mispronounce the client's name. Don't interrupt anyone. Don't. In her anxious focus, she pushed open a door without checking the sign. She stepped inside, expecting the familiar polished table, the smell of lemon cleaner, the soft hum of the projector. Instead she found a dark room lit only by the glow of a small lamp. It wasn't a conference room at all. It looked like a quiet break space, with bookshelves, a couch, and soft music playing from a speaker on the corner table. And sitting at the desk near the window was a man she had never seen before. He looked up from his laptop, startled but not annoyed, his expression warm rather than irritated. "Oh, sorry," Ashley blurted, clutching the folder tighter. I think I have the wrong room." He smiled gently, and something about his calmness made her own nerves settle just a bit. "No worries. Happens to everyone. You okay? You look like you just wandered into the wrong universe." Ashley exhaled a shaky breath and managed a laugh. "Feels like it." He stood and adjusted the sleeves of his gray sweater. "I'm Ethan, IT development. We work mostly in the other wing, so you probably haven't seen me around." "I'm Ashley," she replied. "I really didn't mean to interrupt." "You didn't," he assured her, gesturing to the cozy setup around him. "This is the old wellness room. They barely use it anymore, so I work in here when the main office gets too noisy. Want me to help you find where you were going?" She considered declining. Avoiding inconvenience was practically her life motto, but there was something undeniably kind in his eyes. Not intrusive, not overly cheerful, just steady. "That would be great," she said. Ethan stepped into the hallway with her and pointed to the other end of the corridor. "Conference room B is down there. The sign fell off the door last week, so you're not the first person to get mixed up." Ashley laughed again, this time not from anxiety. He walked with her until she reached the correct room, then gave a friendly nod before heading back toward the wellness room. For a moment Ashley watched him go. Something about the encounter felt unexpectedly grounding, like someone had handed her an invisible anchor without her noticing. She slipped into the meeting room, delivered the files, and tried to focus on the rest of her day, but her mind kept drifting back to the quiet room and the peacefulness she'd felt inside it. 2 days passed before she saw him again. During a crowded morning in the main office, the computers in her department suddenly froze. Across the room, someone groaned, "Someone call IT." Before Ashley could even reach for her phone, Ethan appeared, carrying a small toolkit and a calm smile. Ashley hadn't expected him to remember her, but he gave her a warm nod. "Wrong door, Ashley. Good to see you again." She flushed at the nickname, but not from embarrassment. It felt friendly, light, like an inside joke between them. "I promise I've been opening the right doors since then." "No judgment here," he replied as he started checking the computer tower. "Most of my job is fixing things someone opened the wrong way." He worked quickly, explaining what he was doing without overwhelming her with tech jargon. He had the soft-spoken confidence of someone who enjoyed helping people without making them feel incapable. As they talked, Rachel passed by and raised an eyebrow. "Ashley, everything okay?" "Oh, yes," Ashley said quickly. "Just a computer thing." Rachel smiled. "Good. You've been doing excellent work. Don't forget the client call at 3. Ashley nodded, grateful for the encouragement. After the system was fixed, Ethan stood. "If anything glitches again, you know where to find me." "Do I?" she teased. "Last time I found you by accident." He grinned. "True. Then maybe that door wasn't the wrong one after all." The comment lingered in her mind long after he left. Over the next few weeks, Ashley found herself crossing paths with Ethan more often. Sometimes she passed him in the hallway and they exchanged quick smiles. Other times they chatted for a moment near the elevator. A few times, he stopped by to check on her team's system updates and spent a moment asking how her day was going. None of the moments were dramatic. None were romantic. They were simple, real, comforting, a kind of quiet connection that made Ashley's usually anxious days feel a little lighter. One afternoon, after a particularly stressful meeting, Ashley wandered toward the break area to refill her water bottle. As she was leaving, she unexpectedly heard Ethan's voice from behind her. Hey, you okay? You look like your brain just ran a marathon and forgot to invite your body. She paused. Long day. A client presentation got rewritten twice. I think my notebook is still recovering. He chuckled softly. I've had days like that. Want to sit for a minute? The wellness room is actually empty today. She hesitated, then nodded. The room felt just as soothing as the first time she stepped into it. Soft lighting, quiet music, a sense of calm that wrapped around her like a blanket. Ethan didn't crowd her with questions. He simply sat nearby and waited until she spoke again. I'm always scared I'm going to disappoint someone, she admitted. I try so hard not to make mistakes. You know, he said quietly, leaning back in his chair, mistakes are usually the reason things change for the better. I mean, you opened the wrong door, and now we're sitting here, right? She smiled, touched by the gentle sincerity in his voice. Their friendship grew naturally after that. They sometimes shared lunch. Sometimes he walked with her to the parking lot after work. Sometimes she saved a spot for him during company workshops. Through it all, the connection remained wholesome, simple, supportive, exactly what Ashley needed. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't fast. It wasn't intense. It was steady. It was safe. One evening, after the office closed, Ashley returned to gather a file she forgot on her desk. She noticed the wellness room door slightly ajar. The soft lamp glowing inside. Ethan was sitting on the couch, typing on his laptop. When he saw her, he smiled. Working late too. Just picking something up, she said, stepping inside. You, finishing a project for the new database. Mind keeping me company? She sat in the armchair across from him. The room felt like a world of its own, quiet, insulated from the noise outside. She watched him type, focused and calm, and realized how much his presence had changed her daily life. She wasn't walking through the world on eggshells anymore. She wasn't afraid of taking up space or making mistakes. She was learning to breathe again. After a moment, Ethan closed his laptop and looked at her. You know, I'm glad you opened the wrong door that day. Ashley laughed softly. Me too. It wasn't a confession. It wasn't romantic. It was gratitude. And it was enough. Months passed, and their friendship became one of the strongest parts of Ashley's life. They encouraged each other. They listened to each other. They helped each other grow. One rainy Friday afternoon, as they stood by the windows watching the storm roll through the city, Ethan said something she would carry with her for years. You don't have to force yourself to be perfect. Sometimes the best things in life aren't planned. Sometimes they're found behind the wrong door. Ashley looked at him, warmth spreading through her chest. Then maybe I'll stop double-checking every door. He chuckled. I think you'll open the right ones regardless. The storm continued outside, but inside the office, inside that quiet moment, Ashley felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Hope, not because of a grand gesture, not because of fate or destiny, but because sometimes, in the middle of ordinary life, a simple mistake leads you exactly where you're supposed to be. And opening that wrong door had brought her a new beginning. A beginning built on kindness, trust, and the gentle understanding of someone who showed her that perfect wasn't the goal, being human was. Ashley never forgot that day. She never forgot how one wrong turn brought the right person into her life in the safest, most unexpected way. And every time she passed the hallway where it happened, she smiled. Because some accidents aren't accidents at all.